That's gold. Are you blind, man?
No, it's bronze.
If you believe that to be bronze, you believe men have landed on the moon.
Okay, it's gold. 1960s and 1970s watches have always attracted me, and if you want to lose hours gazing at watches of this period, and others, head over to Dan Henry's excellent Timeline.Watch website. However, buying second hand lacks appeal, so I've been looking for new old stock watches of this vintage. These searches are undertaken when I should be performing more productive tasks, like sending the King of Glasgow abusive texts or emails, but one can't work all the time.
I heard that, Dumbo.
While perusing eBay, I stumbled upon this 1960s Revue Thommen watch, and although the photos were not ideal, they showed enough, or so I thought, for me to purchase it. Revue Thommen were established as a cooperative in 1853 to provide work for the community of Waldenburg, Switzerland, under the name Société de Horlogerie à Waldenburg. Louis Shop and Gideon Thommen bought the company in 1859, with Shop leaving 10 years later in 1869. The name Revue Thommen was registered in 1905. There are links to Revue's history in this video's description. What in the eBay listing photos caught my eye then? First and foremost, the pillow case. This design epitomises the 60s and 70s for me, a period when Tarquin claims the unions protected abused workers and are now turning in their graves at this disgusting capitalist pig dog 0 hours nonsense that is shamefully allowed. Tarquin has little recent knowledge of honest toil though. His last experience of work was in the 3-day week during 1974, and he thought that was 3 days too many. He has a point. The applied loomed hour indices are quintessentially 60s. Look at their wonderful letter T shape. The acrylic box crystal again ties the watch to this era. There's a satisfying tactile warmth to acrylic crystals. Orange hands.
I thought we'd agreed they were gold.
Yes, but they looked orange in the listing photos. Ideally only the second hand would be orange. Real men's watches have sweeps this hue. The narrow baton style hour and minute hands placed this watch more 60s than 70s, when the batons were a little wider. Brown dial. Everything was brown in the 70s. Witness this period dinner service. This style of dial is called tiger eye. Date complication. Even better, a date complication with white detailing, drawing one's eyes. I fall on the side of date complications, and locating them at 6 rather than 3 adds an understated elegance. Having fixed the watch's appearance in my mind, it was disconcerting to open the packaging and be met with gold, gold and more gold. Fortunately, Tarquin wasn't around, or he'd have set about it with a hammer. He favours gold as much as he favours work. The aftermarket black leather strap also accentuated the gold appearance, so that had to go. I prefer bracelets anyway, and this preference initiated a long search for a suitable partner to marry with the watch. Searching meant I once again neglected abusing the deluded Scottish gentleman.
Says the man who thinks he has 5 friends.
I settled on an 18mm Eichmuller brushed oyster bracelet, which is too small for the 19mm lugs, but a wider bracelet would unbalance the watch unless it tapered, and 19mm bracelets are thin on the ground. Fitting a brushed steel bracelet softened the dial's gold demeanour.
No, it didn't.
The watch was running when removed from its packing, but after setting the date and time, I realised the minute hand was sticking between 4 and 10. So I took it to my friend Peter, who diagnosed a fault with the clutch, which he rectified, and all was well. I asked him to service it, but he said it wasn't worth it, as it was so clean and running nicely. That the watch only gained 7 seconds a day seems to bear out his opinion. The movement is an MSR T56 calibre. Will I wear the watch regularly? It depends. If I can convince myself it's bronze,
it's gold, idiot.
And if challenged, claim I'm wearing its goldness ironically.